We're going to call this meeting to order. I know, my gavel did not show up in time from Amazon, so I'm going to have to. It was supposed to. Yeah, I know there'll be another convention, so maybe I'll have a gavel for the next convention, but I have to do it without one today. How is everybody this morning? Wow, okay, a few people are fine.
It is really early, Tim.
Yes, it is. I understand that. I'm not a morning person myself. I know this guy over here on the left of me is a morning person, but me not so much.
The left in this party?
This guy right here. I'm talking about Stephen Fox. I wake up in the morning to find Stephen has texted me 3 times. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even functioning yet. So, all right. So we're gonna get started. I guess this is my time to do opening remarks. So good morning, Michigan Libertarians. Thank you for being here. It's good to finally have everybody. It's been a while since we've had all these people under one roof, and so that's pretty exciting to see everyone. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more rolling in. Looks like there's a few delegates that were no-shows at this point, so I would expect to see some of them arriving as we get underway. I did get a call from my vice chair and said him and one of our district reps are on their way here, should be walking in the next 10 minutes or so. So we've got a few people that'll be arriving late, but yes, it's great to have us all coming under one roof again after a little bit of a break from 8.5 months since the last time we did this. 8.5 months, you guys elected me to be your chair, which means today you get to put up with listening to me an awful lot, so I am sorry about that. We've come a long way in the 8.5 months. I won't get into all of the accomplishments because I'm not campaigning. I don't need to convince you all that we've done a lot, but we've got a lot to do. I can tell you that much. And the report that should be, I didn't double check to make sure it is in the agenda or in the packet, goes over some of those things, some of the highlights of things that we've done in this last 8.5 months. But again, we still got a lot to do, and I'm going to be looking to a lot of you, asking you to if you aren't volunteering, volunteer. If you are volunteering, see what more time you might be able to give in those volunteer efforts. And I would like to see all of us step up our efforts when it comes to that. And interesting enough, 8.5 months ago, you elected a board. I don't know if all of you realize just how many of those people are new to this. Only 4 of us carried over from the last board. And of those 4, me and the district rep that I just mentioned should be walking in the door any minute are the only 2 that carried over from the previous board. So we have a lot of new, young, energetic individuals that are part of this 19 board executive committee, and that's exciting to me. And I'm not here to talk about term limits, but I mean, just the fact that we've got so many people that are stepping up for the first time and doing this, and the accomplishments that we're seeing with a very fresh group, and that spreads right through to our local affiliates, because I've noticed just recently that we've got some guys that had been sharing certain affiliates for a while are now stepping aside and inviting some of the newer ones in. I see Josh is sitting right here. He's just recently stepped into the chair role of Capital Area, and that's excellent. Thank you, Josh, for stepping up. I'll put you on the spot. And I believe Joe Hartman will be arriving. I wanted to make mention of him too, because I noticed that Livingston County had been chaired by the same guy for quite a while, and now Joe Hartman has stepped into that role. And I don't think he's here, is he? No Joe Hartman, is there? Okay. So, Yeah, a lot of new faces even on the local affiliate scene. And so that to me is exciting because I do, you know, nothing wrong with us old timers, nothing wrong with people that are older than me, you know, continuing on, but you know, it is good to have fresh, new, energetic young people coming in and joining up. While I'm on that subject, can I have everybody that's part of our executive committee do a quick stand up? Just people making it happen. All right. And as I said, we have a lot to accomplish over the rest of this year, on into next year, when you get a chance to elect a new set of board members, and you decide whether I get to continue on or not, or you're going to turn it over to somebody else. That'll happen in 2023. A lot of what we want to accomplish is going to be very contingent upon how our showing is in November. And so I do, if you take anything away from this little short talk that I'm giving, I want you to think about what you might be able to run for, whether it be local, whether it be state, county. We need people to run. That's what we're about. That's what, you know, that's why we're here. And it's up to you, whether it be a state position that might be a little tougher to win, but you get a chance to get your voice out there, or a more local race that is winnable. Each of you know your municipality, your county better than any of us, and you know if there's a race that's winnable. And so if you decide to go that route, that's, you know, I commend you for doing that. If you decide to go the route where you're running for a higher office just because you can articulate the message of freedom, then I encourage you to do that as well. And not to pressure anybody, because not everybody's cut out for running for office. You know, and if you don't think that's really for you, then I guarantee you we've got a place in some campaign that, you know, for the people that are running. We want to build up the campaign teams for these people instead of letting the candidates themselves fend for themselves. We want to make sure that the people in this room and the people that are still on their way here will be the ones that will become the campaign team for a lot of these campaigns that are going to be happening in November. So with that, I'm going to shut up and get on to the next. I remember who was that?
Last man.
All right, Fuller, I'll remember that. All right, so on to the next item. We need to do the credentials report. So if somebody could let, I believe Larry's probably going to be coming up here for the credentials. Either Larry or Jeff. Let them know.
1 minute.
1 minute, okay. All right, maybe I'm not going to shut up. Thanks, Jim. I knew I'd have your support in all of this. So, oh, Jeff, okay.
All right, you didn't step in here while I was looking. Good morning, everyone. Great to see everybody. As of 9:11 a.m., we have 67 delegates. So 50% makes 34, 2/3 makes 45, and 7/8 make 59. So have a good day, folks.
All right, now on to addressing the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda.
absolutely. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Is the microphone on?
But give it one, yeah.
It says it's on.
Says it's on.
All right, now the power is on. All right, I can hear myself.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Greg Stemfeld, delegate from Oakland County. I move that we strike item 13 from today's agenda, which is a 10-minute allocation of space for Evans Space gubernatorial candidates. My rationale is that at this moment, Mr. Space is registered with the State of Michigan Bureau of Elections as a Republican Party candidate for governor. And our bylaws broadly prohibit us from offering support to candidates from opposing political parties. It is my opinion that giving Mr. Space 10 minutes of floor time and his name on the published agenda is a form of support. If Mr. Space wants to address this body, he can do so during open floor, just like the Libertarian Party candidates apparently have to do today. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a second for that motion? We do have a second for the motion, and I would like to just address the subject. The reason his name does appear on the agenda and we don't see other names on there is because that was the one individual that that contacted me to request time to speak. But I absolutely get the point. And do we need to have any discussion on this?
No. Call the question.
Call the question. Do I have a second for call the question?
Second.
All right. All in favor of scratching that from the agenda and expanding the open floor, period for open floor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it passes by a lot. All right. Any other adjustments to the agenda before we move towards approving this agenda? I would entertain the motion that to actually scratch my presentation, which is number 14. I would entertain that motion because I kind of just addressed running for office, and that was exactly what I intended to do at that, so we could actually expand open floor even further if somebody was interested in making that amendment.
I make a motion to strike item 14 from the agenda.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
You want to speak on that one?
If I could amend that amendment,
Amend the amendment, okay?
rather than expanding open floor, extending the platform to be a very large platform proposal, report.
Okay.
And I think it could be useful to actually have that be heard by all of our governors.
Do we have a second for? Okay, we have a second for expanding the platform rather than expanding the open floor. I do believe we will have some candidates to hear from on open floor, so just to make you aware, besides the one that was stricken from the agenda. Is there any need for any further discussion about that amendment? All in favor of Mr. Fulner's amendment, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Okay. The ayes win it, and so we will remove number 14 and expand the time for the platform proposals.
You gotta vote on the main motion.
And, oh yes, we do still have to vote on whether or not you want to scratch 14. Is there any need for discussion for scratching 14? Nobody, seeing no discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so that passes. We're scratching 14. Anything else on this agenda before we move to accept the
Point of
agenda?
information.
Yes.
So are we adding 20 minutes onto the platform report or just 10 minutes?
It's 10 minutes to the open floor, 10 minutes to the platform. So, all right, is there a motion to approve this approve this agenda as amended?
So moved. Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor of approving this agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, it passes. Has everybody had a chance to read the convention rules? No. Okay. Is there anybody that would like to discuss or make a motion regarding these rules?
I move to adopt the rules as published.
Yes, sir.
Point of information, there is one typo.
Okay, on the rules?
The rules say that the meeting will adjourn at 4:15, whereas the agenda says it will adjourn at 4 o'clock.
Okay, that's interesting, because I had thought we were actually adjourning at 4:20, which I thought was an interesting choice of time. Yes,
Previous version.
before some changes were made. Okay, good catch. We will go by the agenda rather than the rules on that one. I see that as, I don't know if it's considered a friendly amendment or just a correction.
Point of information.
Yes.
Does,
Scott?
does an amendment of the rules require a supermajority of some sort?
No, just the majority. Okay? And I do ask that if you do have anything, points of information, any of that, please do what you can to step up to the mic so we can catch it all. Andrew?
I just had a quick clarification. For the voting for delegation, is it planned to distribute a list with the nominees pre-filled?
Yes.
Yes. We will be handing out a sheet that has the blanks and, well, it's the names and a check mark, a box for check marking next to the name.
Okay.
So, and that'll all be printed out. We will take an opportunity to let them print those before we go to the voting.
Thank you.
All
I'd
right.
like to discuss the rules quickly.
Yes.
I'd like to move, actually, I know there's a motion to keep the rules as is, but I would like to amend the rules. And what I would like to do is, there's an error on, I think, item 12E. It said each nominator shall not be allowed to speak for more than 30 seconds. It should say for no more than 30 seconds.
Shall be allowed for no more than 30.
Shall not be allowed to speak for more than 30 seconds.
That's correct.
That's correct.
Either way is correct.
Yeah, I'd say it sounds correct to me.
Okay, then the second amendment, I would like to propose item F.
Okay?
Delegate voting shall be done in a single ballot containing the names of all candidates nominated for delegate. Each voter may cast a vote for up to 33 different candidates. And then, item I, an additional ballot for alternates will be conducted if the 50 allocated for alternates is not fulfilled. Because 83 is too many to tally, one. We're only voting for, that's our primary objective here, voting for delegates. You should vote for 33.
But
And then potentially, you would have a scenario whereby you probably have more than 33 nominations, but less than 83, and potentially everybody could vote for everybody on the slate, and you'd have a tie, 100% tie. So I would propose we vote for 33 only, and that's my motion.
do we have a second for his motion?
Second.
Does that, okay, tell me again what you were proposing I would be? Let me make sure everybody's clear before we ask for second.
An additional ballot for alternates may be conducted if the original allocation is unfulfilled.
Okay. Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
I heard a second, okay. Let's open this up for discussion. Anybody want to speak against the proposal? Jim?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Jim Folder, Macomb County. I recommend against this proposal. While traditionally we have allowed members to specifically choose to be alternates rather than delegates, I would personally prefer the ability to make that decision myself of who I would rather be my primary representative. And then doing that all on one ballot makes it easier at the national convention to determine how we have already ranked our alternates. And ranking is only one way we can do it,
Okay.
but it's certainly the easiest way. And while it may make your job more difficult, as I suspect you will be a teller, which is why you will vote against this, for the time in Reno, it'll be easier if you do it the way the committee proposed here. Thank you.
Okay. Would anybody like to speak in favor? Somebody speaking in favor, okay. Okay, Andrew?
I wanted to just raise the point that in case we do have to go to the secondary ballot for the filling the alternates, that could result in a much longer time, and having to count 2 sets of ballots, I think, would probably stretch the process out much longer. And given the constrained time on the agenda, that could cost us other business. So I would suggest that we stick to a method that will ensure 1 ballot fills all the slots.
Thank you, Andrew.
Agreed.
Mr. Jeleno.
Yeah, I just have a point of clarification in the consistency between previous practice and the way things are suggested in these rules. My read of having to do with more than none of the above doesn't have any reference to the fact that in past years we've required that all delegates get a majority of the delegates, which is a different concept entirely. I mean, I can imagine that all the people voting may vote for either 33 or 83 candidates, and that's fine. And that some people may not vote for all of them. But you would imagine that if you're voting for none of the above, you wouldn't be voting for anybody. And that's kind of a goofy concept under the idea that, for example, with 67 delegates, all of any people that we may in fact send as delegates should in that scenario get 34, a majority. And so I think these are inconsistent with themselves, the way they're written.
Okay, but I don't think that's really related to his motion.
And that's why I didn't oppose or support. I just
Okay.
think that needs to be considered when voting
Okay.
on this.
Let's go ahead and address this motion, and then we can talk about what you're presenting. Okay, so having no more discussion on this amendment, I will call the question. All in favor of the amendment as Jeff presented it, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Nay. Nays win, so we're not going to make that amendment. We will go ahead with 1 ballot, 83. There'll be 83 slots, but obviously if we only have 60 delegates, then we will have those names printed out on the 60 blanks and have you be able to check which ones you would like to see as delegates. All right, so.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Now, more appropriately, so without repeating everything, I think that our rules should include that each of our delegates, regardless of whether they are regular delegates or alternates, should receive a majority of the votes of all of the total number of delegates in the room.
So you're asking us to amend it to 50% plus 1 as opposed to 33% plus 1.
Correct. I don't see where it says 33%.
Oh,
The only rule that seems to be on here is that per the LPM bylaws, none of the above shall be included. And if a delegate votes, they may not vote for additional candidates, and that all delegates must have more votes than none of the above.
Correct.
And I just think that's a goofy statement.
Yes, I know that in my original rules, I changed the number from 50% to 33%. I apologize, I was not aware that it was actually changed on the rules, because my original rules did have it set at 33% plus 1. So would you like to make a motion to set that threshold at a certain number?
Well, I think as we've always had, no delegate would be selected that does not have the support of a majority of
50% plus 1. Okay. So the amendment is that we would actually only allow people if they got 50% plus 1 so majority of the votes in the room. The reason I changed, I know the last delegate
Chair, it's
convention.
not appropriate for you to comment on the...
Okay. Then would somebody like to speak against the motion?
There was a second. I'll speak against the motion.
You'll speak against the motion. Go ahead, Jim.
Jim Fulner, Macomb County. I'm sorry to learn that, once again, Mr. Jeleno has a memory that the way he prefers things to be done to be the way that we've always done them. There's been many attempts in the past to change our procedure to make it this way. And in fact, a number of times we have, and then we attempted to undo our stuff later when we realized we ended up with like 3 delegates rather than 33 delegates. The method proposed here, where you have to get more than NOTA, is a good method to ensure that we don't have absolutely awful Republicans pretending to be libertarians. But, although a lot of you guys I don't know yet, I'm hoping none of you are awful Republicans. And I'm not going to vote for any of you if I don't know anyways, because I don't want to end up being represented by awful Republicans. But yeah, if we do it, the proposal of Mr. Delano, we're going to end up most likely with incredibly few delegates. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Would somebody like to speak in favor? Okay, we don't have any more speaking in favor, so are you intending to speak against?
I am.
Okay. Brian?
So 2 points, just to echo what Jim said, is if we make this requirement that it be 50%, which is, it's my understanding that the way that we did it at the last convention is essentially the way these rules are written right now. But if we make it a requirement, we have to have 50%. Like Jim said, we're not gonna have a full delegation. That's not okay. We should be filling the delegation. The other thing is we have diverse views, diverse opinions, and that diversity should be represented in our delegation. And if we make a requirement that everybody has to have majority support of this body, then we're going to end up with our own delegation that becomes essentially an echo chamber. So I think that this is the way that it's written in the rules. I think it's the way that we should do it. And the NOTA is kind of the fail-safe. If anybody is awful, they're going to be below that line. Thank you.
Now, and I should clarify that NOTA, if you mark NOTA on the ballot, there's going to be one box at the bottom that says NOTA. If you mark that, none of the votes, none of the names that you put in check mark to any longer applies, because none of the above means that they were, whatever names you said you would like to have would be eliminated.
Point of information, that
yes.
spoils the ballot if you click NOTA and the name.
I'm sorry, what's that?
It spoils the ballot if you click NOTA and the name.
Yes, it spoils the ballot. Good way to put it.
Or your vote will be counted.
Right, okay.
It's another comment against.
Against, okay. Is everybody that's lined up planning to speak against?
Yes.
Then maybe we should just go ahead and call the question, because
Speaking for.
would anybody like to call the question?
someone speaking for.
Speaking
We have someone speaking for.
We have somebody speaking for.
Actually, you should go ahead.
Then he should be next.
Yeah,
I thought
because we alternate,
yeah.
correct.
I should point out convention rule number 5 as provided by LPM bylaws. A majority shall rule at the convention except for the platform and resolutions of the party, which shall require 2/3. So I don't see how you can rewrite the convention rules and have separate rules for delegates. You can't. Right there. That's rule number 5.
Majority can adopt these rules, and we rule.
Thank you, Will Wright. Yes.
Yeah, I personally, that sounds like an interesting legalistic point, but that's also part of the rules, and so it's not bylaws. And so, secondly, I believe the majority is ruling in structuring the rules, as I heard someone shout out. So that part I don't see a problem with. My main objection is that, first of all, it has not always been done this way. It's been done this way recently, as far as I can remember, and I could be wrong, maybe the last couple conventions. But the problem is that a lot of times people, while we have approval voting, and in our hearts we may approve of everybody that we see there as a possible delegate in order to rank the people we prefer higher, some people like to do a plunk vote. Some people want to just vote for the ones that they want to make sure get in no matter what, because they're still viewing it as competitive and not thinking in terms of, well, if I just approve everybody, everybody gets in kind of thing. And so for that reason, to make sure, in other words, like if you have a candidate and you already know someone supports a candidate, if you have an agenda or you want that kind of thing, can lead people to do what's sometimes called a plunk vote, where you vote for fewer than you have to in order to increase the weight of that vote. And that process could easily kick out people who the majority may actually approve of, but they're just choosing not to vote for.
Thank you, Scotty.
Call the question.
I hear a call to question, I hear a second. All in favor of calling the question?
Aye.
All opposed? We're going to call the question. Sorry, Leonard.
Okay,
All right.
I'll speak afterwards.
So, all in favor of this motion?
Can you restate the motion, please?
The motion is to add the rule of making sure that everybody gets majority vote, 50% plus one, to be accepted as a delegate. All in favor of this motion, say aye.
Point of
Oh, pardon me?
There was two parts of this amendment, I believe, that Jeff proposed, weren't there?
We're not on Jeff, we're on Bill's.
Yeah, we're on bills now. So, okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Nays win. Is there any other rule to discuss? Yes, Leonard.
This is really more of a clarification.
Okay.
Earlier you said that each of the delegates must get 1/3. Actually, as Section H is written, it's just the top 33 candidates. So even if they don't even get 1/3. And this, again, relates to what Scotty said about unvoted. So it's whoever the top 33 become our delegates to national.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, Jeff is at the mic, so you're welcome to step up and get in line with. Oh, okay.
I
Jeff,
move to amend item 12F such that the second sentence read, each voter may cast a vote for up to 33 delegates and 50 alternates.
we've already voted on that and it was turned down.
No, we didn't vote on that.
What do you mean?
Each
the
ballot
last
may
time you
consist
said-
of 33 delegates and 50 alternates. The last one was say just 33 delegates. This is saying you can vote for up to 33 delegates and 50 alternates.
If it's a different proposal, you're gonna get the same results, Jeff.
Well, the question is, so everybody can vote for 83 delegates?
Correct.
Everybody can vote for up to 83 delegates.
Okay.
All right. So, Joe?
Move to adopt the convention rules as the secretary has them on his laptop right now.
Do we have a second? I heard a second. All in favor of adopting these rules, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
Okay, it passes. We will be going with these convention rules.
Point of information,
Yes, sir.
just for future reference.
Mhm.
Rule number 5 is actually unnecessary. It's just repeating what's already in our bylaws.
Okay. But you're not making a motion to...
Right, we already adopted it.
Just wanted to, okay. Thank you. And so now that we have adopted the rules, we move on to the previous convention minutes. So,
Point
yes,
of information.
absolutely.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Greg Semple, delegate from Oakland County. Were the previous convention minutes distributed to delegates in advance of this particular convention?
No.
I would need to consult the convention committee if we could have Jeff speak on that.
Well, they're not in the convention packet, and, yes.
So
Oh,
we
there we go.
received the previous convention minutes early yesterday, so they were added to the link that was in the email sent out on Thursday. They're in a digital format. They were not available in time.
But not printed, okay.
Packet.
Okay.
In that event, I move to table the approval of the previous convention minutes until we reconvene at the July convention.
Second.
Do we need to discuss this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Okay, it passes. So we are tabling the previous convention minutes approval. Now moving on to National Convention delegate and alternate nominations. The way we established this, I believe it's still in the rules. If you're here, you should go ahead and self-nominate. And if you are nominating somebody, or if somebody is not present but wants to be a delegate to Reno, then they will have to have arranged with one of you to make that nomination. So I am going to open the floor for nominations. Bruce.
Hello, I am Bruce Jakeways. I'm the vice chairman anymore, of Oakland County. I've been with the Libertarian Party for a long time. I've been a very independent voter since Anderson. That means I'm old. And I wish to be a delegate to Reno. I've already bought the ticket and the package for the hotel, so I'm there already.
All right, Bruce is nominating himself. Bruce Jackways? Jakeways, I'm sorry.
Leonard Schwartz, SCHWARTZ. I've been a member of the party since 1980. I've been a candidate in every election since 2000. I spent many years on and off as state party's political director. I've also already have a room booked at the hotel at the convention.
So Leonard Schwartz has nominated himself. Bill Hall.
My name is Bill Hall. I'm from West Michigan, the secretary of the West Michigan Party. I appreciate your vote for national delegate. In the past, I've served the Libertarian Party of Michigan as chair, vice chair, political director, LEC member, judicial committee member, and I've served 4 terms on the national committee and 3 on the national judicial committee.
You might be. That was quite a resume, Mr. Hall. Thank you. Bill Hall has nominated himself.
Definitely a Republican.
Mike Saliba of Macomb County. I'm the founder and current chair of the current Macomb County affiliate. I'm a 3-time candidate. I'm a 3-time LEC member. In 2016, precincts in which I had yard sign quadrupled the results of Gary Johnson, and Gary Johnson was no slouch. And in 2020, I organized the Detroit stop for Joe Jorgensen's bus.
Thank you, Mike Saliba.
Hey, how's it going? I'm James Peace, Wayne County. Though most of you might know me by my online persona, the Decorum Bot Ed209, resident Hawaiian and Vermin Supreme's fucking samurai. Please send me to the National Convention to maintain decorum.
Thank you, James.
My name is Jay Gillott. I'm a lifetime libertarian, and so I've been involved, probably voting and participating my entire adult life. But that's wonderful, and I'm an old guy. But the strength of this party is the young people. I want to go. I represent the principles of the party in ways that some probably have maybe forgotten and others don't quite get yet. But we have a good, diverse group, and I want to be part of it. Okay?
Thank you, Jay. Yes.
Good morning, I'm John Jaska. I'm a member of the Huron Raisin affiliate. I've been a lifetime member of the Libertarian Party since 1990 and also a lifetime member of the State Party. I've run for a regent at the University of Michigan as a Libertarian 3 times, along with James Hobler. I'm going to Reno and be very proud to represent you again. Thank you.
John, it's good to see you put a name, a face with a name.
Can you go give them how to spell your name?
J-A-C-O-S. Yeah, J-A-S-C-O-S.
Can you walk over there? Tell them how to spell your name.
Brian Ellison.
Good morning, Brian Ellison from Huron Raisin affiliate. I am a member of the current executive committee on the state, member of the platform committee, the legislative committee, the convention committee, the logo committee, the committee to form committees. I've been a past delegate to national in 2018. I was a delegate in 2020, and I would really appreciate your consideration for being a delegate this year. Thank you.
You got a license to form that committee.
Jim Fuller.
Jim Fuller, Macomb County. Already planning on going, so my wife would appreciate it if I was allowed to go. That's great. Also, Jeff Wood asked me to put his name in the nomination as well. Jeff's been a long-time libertarian, 2nd generation, and he's audacious as fuck, so vote for Jeff too.
So we've got James Fulmer and Jeff Wood.
My name is Ben Bourne. I'd also like to go to the National Convention, 2nd term as vice chair. I've ran as a candidate before. I do tons of outreach. I'm a volunteer and a donor. I have no caucus affiliation, and just like I always have, I will continue to represent the delegates of Michigan. And I call out bullshit when I see it.
Thank you, Ben. All right.
Jason Barton of the unaffiliated Saginaw area. I'm newer to Michigan itself, but not new to the Libertarian Party. And I'm trying to push Michigan in the correct direction that I've seen many states now fail to go in. So anything that I can do to help with that in the future of this party in this great state, I'm here for. So allow me to represent you in the National Committee.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm really nervous.
Okay. Feel free to adjust the mic.
Hello, Mike. I'm Elizabeth Franzago. I'm a retired homemaker and jack of all trades. I'm a detail-oriented.
Order.
I can't hear.
Please remain quiet back in the back.
Excuse me.
We need to be able to hear the person at the mic, so please hold down your voices.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, would you be able to start over for us?
I would.
I know at least one person asked for your name again.
I'm Elizabeth Franzago. I'm a retired homemaker, jack of all trades, and very detail-oriented. I'm from Aurelius Township in Ingham County. I'm the secretary for the Capital Area LP. And my goal is to use my time and my resources, now that I have enough of both, to promote liberty in the Libertarian Party as much as possible. All of my arrangements have been made for Reno, and I'd like to do so as your Michigan delegate.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Stephen Fox. I am the 2nd District Rep. I am also the West Michigan Chair and the Chair of the Legislative Committee. I would appreciate your support and vote, and I'm also nominating Jessica Fox.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Jeff. Hello, everyone. Jeff Patel, Oakland County. I'm currently the membership chair for State Party, and I'm also the credentials chair, and I've been doing the membership chair for 2.5 years. I've been a Libertarian for national nights since '98. Member of the State Party for about 5-6 years. Been involved with Oakland for probably 15 years. So appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hi, David Bachman. I'm unaffiliated, but currently working with Ben to start a Lapeer County affiliate. I already have my all my hotel and plane booked, and I'd like to be out there and represent Michigan well. Plus, I'd like a weekend away from my wife and kids. Thank you.
Thank you, David. You said that part out loud. Bill Hall.
I'd like to nominate my wife, Vicki Hall, and my son, Griffin Hall, neither of whom are here. Both have served as delegates to the National Convention in the past. Both are lifetime members of the Libertarian Party of Michigan. And my wife's worked on 12 of my campaigns for public office, so, and my son has worked on maybe 4 or 5.
Thank you, Bill. Angela.
Yep, my name is Angela Thornton. I'm currently the treasurer of the Genesee County affiliate. I've been involved in libertarian politics. My national card is dated 1995. We weren't in Michigan at that time, but we've been members of the party, or I have been a member of the party since that time. I've worked on campaigns. I've worked on all kinds of different breeds of libertarian campaigns. I've worked with Adam Kokesh, I've worked with Ron Paul, and I've worked with people in between on that spectrum. So I have the tickets booked in the hotel room, and I'm hoping that I think that I can fairly represent all libertarians, and I hope that you'll vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Scotty.
Yeah, I'm Scotty Bowman, and I'm planning on going to the convention in Reno. Oh, what?
Step back from the mic.
Oh, okay. And I'm motivated to go with. I have a bit of an agenda, and I'm going to be transparent about this. I hold anyone who gets chosen here as a delegate to the convention. I think their will at the convention, and makes the trip, should be held sacrosanct. And I want to make sure that not only do we get the people in that we want to get in when we choose our new LNC, but I want to be sure that we hold accountable.
Up, Scott. You've had your 30 seconds.
Oh, I didn't realize it was.
I've got a gentleman saying Yes, it is 30 seconds, everybody.
Back to follow.
All right, Dave.
Dave Canny. I am the chair of District 5, Genesee County. I'm asking for your vote to send me to Reno. Besides being chair of the rapidly growing Genesee County affiliate, I'm a lifetime member. Been member of the last 2 platform committees and stay active with the state party and want to keep growing. I also would like to nominate one of the Genesee County members, Jonathan Edinger, who can't be here today. Jonathan has been very active in libertarian causes for a long time. He's a lifetime state party member, and he'd be a great addition to the team out there in Reno. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Dave, repeat that second name, please. Help him spell.
Edinger, E-T-T-I-N-G-E-R.
No, E-T-T-I-N-G-E-R. Jonathan Edinger. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi. My name is Andy Coons. I am not affiliated with any caucus. I create libertarian content online, and I'd love to go to Reno to be able to represent Michigan.
Excellent, thank you. Okay. Jamie.
Jamie Van Alstyne, Wayne County affiliate, current chair. I've also run as a commissioner for Wayne County, drawing 21% of the vote in that county, which is a big deal. Former secretary, I nominate myself. I'm going to Reno. And I'd also like to nominate my mother, Deborah, who will be tagging with me.
Thank you. Ryan.
My name is Ryan Roberts. I'm the founder of the Upper Peninsula Libertarian Party. I'm currently the 1st District representative for the LEC. I'm also a member of the Legislative Committee. I've committed about 2 years to this party so far. I was also a delegate to the 2020 National Convention as well, and I would like to represent the Libertarian Party of Michigan in Reno as well. So I'd love to have your vote, so I nominate myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Mary.
My name is Mary Bazuma. I am former chair of the Libertarian Party of Michigan. I'm also currently vice chair of the West Michigan group. In 2014, I was your candidate for governor. I would like to attend Reno this year. I wasn't sure because of my family situation. Now that has straightened out. And it's important for me to go because I would like to be your candidate for governor this year.
Bruce Smith, longtime member. So long ago, I rode in Hosper and Tony. Yeah. Anyway, and it's on my bucket list. I've never been able to go to the national. That's why. Bucket list.
Thank you, Bruce. Brandon.
Brandon, I'm a LEC board. Last name's Warzybok, W-A-R-Z-Y-B-O-K. Had the opportunity to be involved with the party for the last 4 years. I promised my wife when I left today that under no circumstances would I be going to Reno, but you know how things go when you get here. Find a way to make that happen. So I appreciate your support. Additionally, I don't believe he's with us today, but I think it would be appropriate to nominate Justin Amash.
Okay. We'll have to check to make sure Justin accepts. He declined. So we're not going to nominate Justin Amash. He declined because he will not be. I understand you won't be making the trip.
Connor Nepomuceno, delegate from Oakland County. I'm currently the Oakland County affiliate chair, and we are looking forward to doing a lot of work this year to grow our affiliate and get active in our community. I am also your communications director for the state party, and we have seen continuous growth for several years now, and I would love to bring that success to the National Libertarian Party, which is why I am running for LNC Region 3 alternate, and I would love to represent the state of Michigan at Reno. Thank you.
Thank you, Connor.
Hi everyone, Gordon Houston. I started getting involved with the party about a year ago, helping the national committee with some web development and software stuff. Recently, about a month ago, I got elected to the Oakland County Communications Director. I'll be going to Reno regardless, but I'd love to represent this delegation on there. Thank you.
Leah.
Hi, I'm Leah Daly, D-A-I-L-E-Y, and I would like to go to Reno as well. And Currently, I'm the vice chair of Oakland County Division. And that's all I got. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Craig Black. I'm unaffiliated, trying to organize Isabella, and I'm running for Michigan House of Representatives in District 92.
Thank you, Greg.
Adam Nolan with the West Michigan affiliate. I'm excited to see the Libertarian Party grow and represent Michigan at the National Convention. I'm already booked and appreciate any consideration.
Thank you.
Red Hamill, I'm with the Libertarian Party of Wayne. I'm associated with the Mises Caucus. I'd like to nominate myself for the National Convention.
Thank you, Red. Ryan.
Hello, my name is Ryan Brennan. I'm from the Wayne County affiliate, and I'm not Josh Smith. I have served on the platform and legislative committees, and I joined up as early as August. I look forward to doing more work with you guys, and I would look forward to receiving your vote to go to Reno. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Larry?
Hi, Lawrence Johnson. I'm currently serving as the Huron Raisin Chair. I am also on the Convention, Credentials, and Platform Committee. I have served as an elected Libertarian in partisan office. I have served the state in various offices, including at-large and District 12 rep. And I would appreciate your nomination as delegate.
Thank you, Larry. Andrew?
Andrew Hall, West Michigan. I've been an LP member since 1998. I'm a life member. I've been chair of 3 state conventions, been on the Credentials Committee as chair for many conventions. National Convention, credentials for 2 years. I have everything booked and would like to represent you as a delegate again. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Bill, welcome back.
As secretary of the Libertarian Party West Michigan, I was asked to put Max Rixey's name on the list of potential nominees. That's R-I-E-K-S-E.
Thank you, Bill. Will.
All right. Will Tyler White, I'm stepping up to nominate one of the icons of not only the Libertarian Party of Michigan, he was one of the founders. He's also was at the first convention in 1972 in Colorado. Has been to every convention since then. This will be the 50th convention he will be going to in Reno if he is so nominated as a delegate. And he's been the chair of the Libertarian Party. And for those of you who have not met this man yet, he's standing right behind me, Mr. What's your name again? James Hartman. We'd like to go to this 50th convention.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate the former speaker, Will White. He's a good friend of mine. He has a good music store up in Lansing, or Oak.
Yeah, I was at somewhere around
Bath, Michigan, Bath, Michigan.
It's okay. Excellent.
Will White, okay.
Will Tyler White.
Will Tyler White.
That's my What's your
And the other Josh Smith.
Hi, I'm the other Josh Smith. I live in Dimondale. I don't know what's going on with Josh Smith these days. It's a little weird, but I'm the freshly made chair of CALP. I love this party. I'm a lifetime Michigan member. I'm going to Reno. I got all my stuff booked, and I would love to represent you. So thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Hi, I'm Ray Miner, and I am the newly made treasurer of CALP, also in the Lansing area. I am going to go to Reno either way, and I would love the opportunity to represent my home state.
Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Kevin Ellis. I'm also a member of CALP. I'm fairly new to the party. Been with the party in spirit, voting for the party since as early as 2016, but just joined recently. I'd like to be a member to Reno, planning on going. I'm very excited about getting involved in the party.
Thank you, Kevin. Joe.
Hello, my name is Joe Hartman.
By the way, just before you say anything, this is the Joe Hartman I was talking about before you arrived.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. I was great.
We were talking about people stepping up to be chairs of local affiliates, and as your name came up, so I wanted to make mention of that. So,
Thank you.
Go
Thank you,
ahead.
Tim. All right. So, yeah, I'm the chair of Livingston County. I'm on the state board. I was a 2020 congressional candidate, and I'm a passionate opponent of the federal mandate of clock changing. Enough is enough. Never again. Thank you.
bring that up for some reason. Go right ahead.
Hello, I'm Theodore Petzold. I'm part of the West Michigan affiliate. I've been a voting libertarian since I've been able to vote. Was part of the University of Michigan Libertarian Wolverines. Appreciate the nomination.
Can you repeat your name?
Theodore Petzold.
Thank you. Joe.
Hey, it's Jim Fuller again. Sorry, you got a lot of me today. This is my deal. I received 2 text messages from individuals who wanted to be nominated, both from Howell, James Weeks, and Robert Paulson. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Andrew Ranta from the Upper Peninsula affiliate. Had a 9.5-hour drive here today, or yesterday actually. I'm not opposed to being traveling. Voted Libertarian since I could, from the first presidential election I could in 2012, and have been since. We'll be running for Secretary of the UPLP as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Ranta. Just like Santa, but an R.
Hello, my name is Daniel Wakey, and I'm from the Wayne County affiliate. I would like to be chosen as a delegate to represent Michigan at the National Convention in Reno. I have been a member of the Libertarian Party since 2019. I'm glad that I joined the Libertarian Party. It reflects my values. I have my travels and lodging all lined up. I'm at large member of my county affiliates. I've helped with picking up garbage at a local park. This will be my first national convention. I would like to experience it to the fullest I can. So please vote for me to be delegate at Reno, Nevada. I'll also nominate Jessica Sentman. I think she is a good libertarian and will do a good job of representing the Libertarian Party of Michigan. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel Mielmiller. I'm currently on the LEC as the District 12 representative and was on the convention committee. I've been a libertarian for about 15 years and joined the party as a lifetime member last year. I've already set up my travel arrangements for Reno and registered, and I really appreciate the opportunity to represent Michigan libertarians at the national level. Thanks.
Thank you. David.
I'd like to nominate Jacob Keltz. He's currently helping me with the Lapeer County affiliate, get that going. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but I know he would appreciate your guys' support in representing Michigan.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ryan Henry from Oakland County. I am a recent member of the Libertarian Party, but have been voting Libertarian for quite some time, over a decade now. If you would grant me the pleasure of going to Reno and becoming a delegate, I would love to represent the wrench that's going to be thrown in the system of a government that insists on growing but refuses to do anything.
Hi everyone, I'm Luke Scabaris. I have served as the chairman of CALP for the last 3 years. Really like this party. I like a lot of you people, and I think it's fun to represent you guys in Reno. Yeah, so please vote for me as a delegate, and I really appreciate it. I also, it's probably out of order, but there's a lot of people who haven't showed up this morning. Traffic and roads are pretty bad. I saw cars spinning. So consider maybe delaying this vote. Just putting it out there.
Thank you, Luke.
Apologies, can you spell your name, last name?
Yeah, where at? I'll go to you.
Up front.
Yeah, just step over there and give them your spelling. I know I have to struggle with that one. All right, Andrew.
Hello, my name is Andrew Chatterton. I'm currently the second vice chair of the Michigan LP, and I am the vice chair of the Wayne County LP. Been involved in the party for 2 years, and I would like to go to Reno as a delegate to represent the party. I would also like to submit for consideration Gunther Ruck, who is a member of the Wayne County LP as well, and couldn't be here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew. Connor.
I would like to nominate in absentia Mr. Jeff Lentz for nomination.
Okay. Thank you, Connor. Anybody else have nominations?
Yes, sir.
Daniel? We'll let Daniel step away from his duties to step to the mic. Let Joe first.
I nominate Daniel Ziemba.
Okay. Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Joe. Daniel Ziemba, your current secretary and secretary of the Wayne County affiliate. I was a delegate to the 2020 convention. I was the top partisan libertarian vote getter in 2020 for Wayne County prosecutor.
And as I travel around to Reno, I would appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Seeing nobody else? Oh,
Point
Jeff,
of
Greg?
information, is Robert Paulson a real human being? No.
Yes.
His name was Robert Paulson.
His name was Robert Paulson.
You just lost half the room. Yes. All right, anybody, any other nominations? Seeing none, I close nominations, or is there a motion to close nominations? I'm sorry. We have a motion, we have a second.
I have an objection to the motion to close nomination.
Okay, would you like to make a motion first? Is that
Sure.
Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Yeah, in the interest of the number of names, it may be worth asking how many tags are still on that table. That might be helpful in making this decision, but I move that we pause nominations, and I'd like to make that motion alone, but it would also moving this later into the agenda.
We still have till 11 o'clock.
Yes, voted, okay. Is there a second for Luke's motion?
2 seconds back here.
Claire in a second. Okay. All in favor of tabling? Say aye. Oh, actually, we should have discussion. Anybody want to speak?
I believe, and I didn't hear it, that tabling needs to be tabled to a specific place on.
It does not have to be.
But we could. You can combine the motions. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Fullman. All right. Anyone want to speak for or against this motion? Having no one, close, call the question.
Point of information, what, is there a time we set to?
There was not in this motion.
I could put one.
What?
I could add one.
He says he couldn't establish one, but there has not been a time
Or we could
established.
set one. I mean, talk
So,
about it.
yeah. Do you want to make that part of your motion?
Yeah, I don't know the agenda that well. I just got here, so.
Okay.
You got a suggestion?
I'll move to amend his motion there to make a 30-minute pause. We can have a 5-minute break. We can get an update on the delegate or the voting delegates today, the number. And we could possibly have a platform discussion. So, because we do have till 11 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, to make more nominations.
Okay, I'm not sure what that amendment ended up being. There was a lot.
Amend for 30 minutes and at the discretion of the chair.
Table for 30 minutes.
Table for 30
Well, we
minutes.
have until 11 anyway.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, table for other business to wait for other nominations, so.
I'd like to amend the original amendment with an actual amendment.
Can I just make mention that I was just informed that we are missing 58 delegates, so that might help with this.
Count it.
Yes, Jim.
I'd like to amend the original amendment, which was to table this motion, and to amend that, the end of that proposal, to table this motion, and at this time, take up the platform committee report.
Do we have a second for that?
Second.
Give it time.
And that would be to continue until lunch, I suppose, and then to take this up. This would be an order then to take up after that, but I'd be welcome to table that earlier.
Okay, so anybody that was stepping up to discuss the original motion, we are now discussing the amendment to the amendment to the amendment? The amendment, yes, the amendment to the amendment. Sorry, I got a little confused.
I would just like to speak against that amendment. I think that if we move to the platform, I don't believe the chair of the platform committee is even here yet. So I don't know that the platform committee is prepared to make that report. So for that reason alone, I would oppose this amendment.
With that in mind, is there a motion to call the question? So all in favor of amending the amendment, which would move the platform to this part of the day instead of later in the day, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
That amendment fails.
Nice try, Connor.
Good original.
All right. So we're back to 30
I'd like to
minute
amend
basic
my original motion.
Okay.
I'd like to table nominations for now, take the 30-minute break, and
Resume business.
and then resume business.
I'm not
Is
sure.
there a break in the agenda Can we just move that to?
I'm not sure what you're amending because I think we'd already
The
talked
break
about
is
it
to
being
get the
30
ballot
minutes.
ready.
All right, I yield.
Okay, so yeah, I think that the original motion was for 30 minutes, so, yes, Brian?
Yeah, I would move to amend that instead of just a break, we could just do open floor.
Second.
Open floor now, okay. Any discussion on this amendment?
When would we vote then?
11.
I think we'd still be looking at 30 minutes. The motion is for 30 minutes.
I
so
second then.
You're second in the motion, okay? Any discussion?
Point of information, it would seem to me if it's a table for 30 minutes, it's at the discretion of the chair what to do with those 30 minutes, unless there's another motion. Otherwise, we had 30 minutes to kill.
There is a motion and a second, so we are going to...
Call the question.
Call the question.
Second.
Do I have a second? We have a second. Okay. All in favor of calling the question, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. All in favor of the amendment to the motion, which would allow us to have 30 minutes of open floor instead of a 30-minute break, as I understand it. All in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
The ayes win it, so we will now move to
Call
open
the
floor.
question.
Wait, call the question?
Yeah, we have the.
We already voted on it.
The final motion. So yes, we still have to vote on whether or not we're going to do 30 minutes. All in favor of taking 30 minutes for open floor?
Order, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
Have we officially passed the 30-minute statements that was originally presented by Mr. White as an amendment to Mr. Scaveras' motion?
I don't believe we have, but...
So we would currently be voting on the first amendment to that main motion.
Kick some ass, man.
We're voting on the main motion to approve the 30-minute open floor.
And tabling.
No, because
And tabling nominations.
No, we already voted on
we
that.
never voted on Will's amendment.
Yes, there were two.
We got caught on amendments to amendments.
Can you please refresh my memory on what Will's amendment is?
Will's there.
Oh!
Daniel. Okay, as you'll see on the screen, I hope so. The record is that Mr. Scaveras moves to table the closure of nominations to await the missing delegates. Mr. White motioned to amend that to call for a 30-minute pause. Mr. Ellison then successfully amended that to allot that 30 minutes to open floor. So we must now, unless we were to take Mr. Ellison's amendment as having passed both amendments, we must now vote on the original amendment before voting on the main motion.
Okay, so we are going to vote on whether it's going to be 30 minutes. And that would be 30 minutes from the time we accept the original motion. So all in favor of making it 30 minutes, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, so the motion passes, so it'll be 30 minutes. And now we are going to vote on the main motion of taking a break, or excuse me, of tabling and doing open floor. All in favor of tabling and doing open floor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
That one wins. So we now have open floor. Open floor would be an opportunity for anybody to speak on something that, yes. You have a nomination to make.
Yes, I think he still hasn't arrived yet, but I spoke with Nathan Hewer and he's on his way and asked to be considered for nomination for Reno Delegate.
So we're going to add Nathan Ewer to the nominations. It is my understanding that Nathan Ewer was rear-ended on the way here. So yeah, that has delayed him a bit. So. He's arrived?
He just walked in the door.
Nathan Ewer is here and apparently helping. That is good news.
As soon as he's registered, point of information, call for a credentials report.
We will do that as soon as they're done getting Nathan and whoever else is out there. Jim.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Fred Hort from Warren to be a delegate to national team.
Fred Hort. Nominated by Jim Fuller. Daniel, will we get the two names?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. Claire Ann.
Hello.
Hi.
Claire Delano, Wayne County. I'd like to nominate my friend Lowell Gannett. He's currently the treasurer of Wayne County, and he would love to be a delegate in Reno. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any other nominations? I've seen none. Do we have a motion to close nominations?
I motion to close at 11 and vote.
Second.
What? Excuse me. Close at 11. Help clarify me for me. Why would we close 11?
Close the nominations at 11 and vote.
Can we just close the nominations now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have a second to close nominations?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor of closing nominations?
Aye.
All opposed? Sounds like we are closing nominations. Okay. That being the case, where are we with, oh, excuse me, we do need to do credentials. Upon the return, yeah, okay.